Because every opposition politician has the right to ask questions. We're a democracy, we're an open society. And opposition parties must be empowered to ask these questions, particularly of institutions that are tasked with being watchdogs of the democratic framework of the nation. In fact, democracy would be dead if the opposition was unable to ask questions, which they believe would serve the public interest. But what if the language of righteous outrage is replaced with reckless demagoguery? Has Priyanka Gandhi Vadra crossed that fine line? These questions loom as she launches into a no-holds-bar, highly accusatory attack on the 3 election commissioners. Viewers, listen to her first before we open this up. Listen to her.
कभी ज्ञानेश कुमार नाम सुना है? सुना है? नहीं सुना होगा. कभी आपने ऐसे सांधु का नाम सुना है? नहीं सुना होगा. कभी विवेक जोशी का नाम सुना है? नहीं सुना होगा. क्योंकि अपने पद और आयोग के पीछे छुपे हुए हैं. चुनाव आयोग के सबसे ऊंचे अधिकारी जो इस देश के संविधान के साथ, इस देश के लोकतंत्र के साथ खिलवाड़ कर रहे हैं. आपके अधिकारों के साथ खिलवाड़ हो रहा है. आपके अधिकारों को छीना जा रहा है और यही 3 लोग छीन रहे हैं. इनके नाम मत भूलो. इनको पद के पीछे छुपने मत दो. इनको आयोग के पीछे छुपने मत दो. ये देश बहुत उदार है. सुन लीजिए तीनों.
Because there's a lot more, and we had to edit this particular soundbite because we don't want to incite violence against the personages of these 3 individuals. So many, including long-standing observers of politics, believe Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has crossed a dangerous line. Social media is furiously debating the tone and motives of her words. Some say that by publicly naming top election commission officials and accusing them of, quote, snatching away, unquote, people's rights, she's not engaging in democratic dissent, but courting vigilantism, with her party still unable to substantiate claims of vote chori. Priyanka's rhetoric looks less like a defense of democracy and more like an incitement against its institutions, viewers. That's what a lot of people are saying. In a volatile political climate, some personalized attacks risk turning public frustration into mob fury. We have the examples littered around us in the subcontinent, viewers. I don't need to annotate. And if unchecked, if this complete motivation to turn public frustration into mob fury is left unchecked, it could set a precedent where every election officer becomes fair game for political vendetta. Is this a valid concern, viewers? Let's open this up to debate. And I want to ask these questions tonight. First, let me begin by going across to Pradeep Bhandari. Pradeep Bhandari, what do you make of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's, frankly speaking, chilling commentary? Do you categorize this as an invocation to vigilantism, of criticism turning into intimidation, or do you believe this is, fair questioning of an authority that finds itself in controversy?
Well, Rahul, and I say this with a lot of sincerity and a lot of responsibility at my hand, that both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra are attempting to create a democratic deficit in this country, and they are doing so by repeating a lie 1000 times. Because the Gandhi Vadra family has understood that they neither have the organization, neither they have the wherewithal, stamina or the public support in order to democratically come to power in the country. So when the Gandhi Vadra family for the first time historically has been out of system and out of power for 11 consecutive years, has now started to question the democratic framework of this country. This is not mere criticism. This is attempt to incite. Please note what she says. She asked the voters, "Chup kyun baithe ho?" She shows, this is a real incitement. She goes further and names the election commissioner. Recall how in the past Prime Minister Narendra Modi was personally abused by Rahul Gandhi कि युवा उनको डंडे से मारेंगे. In fact, the Supreme Court was also not spared by Rahul Gandhi. And why do I say all of this? Because when Rahul Gandhi was asked a question in his press conference that if you have facts at your table, if you believe in what you are saying, why do not go to the Supreme Court of India and challenge the entire election commission? But Rahul Gandhi refused to do so. So if a man who is questioning the India's democratic framework and who is being fact checked by the media, including your channel, that whatever he's saying in Haryana is fake news, false, he's been fact checked by his own organization in Haryana, which is saying they lost the election because of organizational weakness. Why is it that he's continuously lying? He is doing so because he knows that if this lie sticks once, and even if 1 lakh individuals come on the street and they attempt to create anarchy, how they have done it in various other countries, that is how he will profit from chaos. This is dangerous. It is not political opposition. This is dangerous to Indian state. And I believe that we all in public life should debate this. What should be the fine on an individual, or what should be the restriction on an individual who is continuously questioning not a political party but India's democratic framework, because the essence of Indian constitution is free and fair election, and without any merit and without any proof, without going to the court, how can such an individual be stopped? That is what has to be debated, because Rahul Gandhi clearly is not stopping. It is not about the BJP, it is about India's democracy which he is challenging and questioning.
Okay, so Nikhil Jain, the sum and substance of the BJP argument is the following: that this is no longer dissent. When you come out and say, "Chup kyun baithe ho," this is an invocation to vigilantism.
Rahul, I think Pradeep is quite an erudite spokesperson. You don't need to put a sum and substance to what he said. I think the viewers have heard that. I have heard that. Tariq Bhai has heard that. Let me just respond to what the charges that he's leveling. First of all, chup kyun baithe ho? What do you expect the voters of the country, what do you expect the citizens of the country when their votes are being stolen, when their votes are being cut, when the electoral process, the democratic process, the very democratic fabric of this country is being meddled with? They must raise their voice. They must come out on the streets. They must protest. They must lodge their protest before the country, before everybody, and let the election commissioners know that you cannot play with democracy, with the democracy of India like that. The democracy that the Indian state, the Indian people, and the Indian government
like the Dadis of Shaheen Bagh did, that's what you want?
Like the farmers of Punjab did, like the Dadis of Shaheen Bagh did, like the students in Uttarakhand are doing, like the students in Bihar did, like the students in Gujarat are doing, like the people of India are doing. My friend Rahul Shiv Shankar, we live in a democratic country. Many people have laid their lives. We laid our people from the Congress party laid their lives, as did others, for us to get independence, for us to be a Republican state, not not something that is run by bureaucrats or not something that is run by a corrupt politician.
Viewers, there is a distinction here. You can ask, for example, the Supreme Court chup kyun baithe ho, pushing them to taking suo motu action. You could ask the CEC, chup kyun baithe ho, come out, face us, let's have a press conference, let's have a public debate. In fact, viewers, the CEC has invited Rahul Gandhi, had given him a 1-week timeline to file an affidavit with all his accusations.
That the CEC is not the king of the country.
Excuse me, sir, please.
They have no right to be ordering and summoning people in their court.
Can you allow me, sir,
no,
please?
It's not about... No,
listen, 1 minute, I'll have to lower your fader. I'm sick of Mr. Jain constantly cutting people off. That's not right. Give me 30 seconds. I don't want your... Listen, I don't want your gyan every day. Listen, I asked you a question. Stop shouting. I'm lowering your fader. This is not a 1, 2, 3. Lower his fader, please. This is ridiculous, viewers. Someone can't have a different point of view in this nation anymore. You have to go there as yes men everywhere. What sort of entitled culture is this? Okay, just 1 second, viewers. There is a difference between asking an institution to wake up and the people to wake up. And he says, yes, just like the Dadis of Shaheen Bagh. Who asked the Dadis of Shaheen Bagh to pack up and leave? Who asked the farmers who were blocking our borders to pack up and leave? It was the Supreme Court, because they said that their occupation was illegal. The Supreme Court itself has come out and said this. So they want an illegality to be perpetuated. That's why I asked him this question. And he fell for it, hook, line and sinker. Anyhow, let me just bring in Pradeep Bhandari as well as the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Does he back what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has said? Yes. Pradeep Bhandari, first your response to Nikhil Jain. Yeah.
Well, Rahul, Nikhil spoke about everything in the world but did not stick to facts. Let me just ask a simple question and put a simple argument. Can Nikhil quote me a single instance when Nikhil and his party has gone to the Honorable Court and the Honorable Court has found merit in his allegations on India's electoral process? One example, because he's saying that vote chori has happened.
Okay,
now
respond.
if he does not believe in the Supreme Court of India, then this is definitely the emergency mindset.
Okay,
please tell me one instance.
Respond. Nikhil Jain, respond.
All right. So I'll just respond to the spokesperson of the election department of the BJP, or the election commission as they like to call it. The opposition
Don't
did
be
go
a
to
child,
the Supreme
Nikhil.
Court challenging
You are being
the
a
SI.
child.
No, I'm not being
Now
a child.
you are being a child and a crybaby. No, I don't know. You are being a child and a crybaby. Be a wise man. Do not be a balabuddhi like Rahul. Answer me. No, you are being a
Pradeep,
listen to me. Do not
One
act like
second.
it was
Nikhil
Rahul Gandhi
Jain,
who
Nikhil
said
Jain, there's no need to be personal and hit people below the belt. Nikhil Jain, no, one second. Nikhil Jain, he never, one second, gentlemen, Lord, everyone's faders, please. Nikhil Jain, please, observe the limits of the debate. He never hit back at you and called you a spokesperson of this, that, the other. He never hit you below the belt. He didn't say anything that you have taken objection to in the past that other spokespersons have said about you. Don't say that about him. That's not right. That's really pullulating this debate with rhetoric, which we don't need. Let's put facts back on the table. So, Mr. Jain, respond to him.
Rahul, you know, I don't like to hit below the belt. I have the greatest of regard and respect
go
for
on,
my
move
friend
on,
Pradeep.
move on. It's done now.
And
Move on.
It's just funny to me that you think that
please,
me
let's
calling
get
him a
to-
spokesperson of the
let's
election
get to-
commission is hitting below the belt.
It is not
Are you
needed.
saying
The election commissioner has come out. The election commissioner has come out and held press conferences not once but 3 times. He has issued
Never answered
statements
the question,
just
Sri.
yesterday. But why don't you
Never
answer the
answered
question?
the question, Sri.
Why don't you?
All right, I'll answer the
That's
question.
a subjective.
The Congress
that's a
party and the
subjective
opposition-
opinion that you hold. Others might disagree with you. So come back to the facts. Let's talk about the facts.
To the
He's asked you a
facts.
question.
To the
Show me
facts.
one instance
the
where a
facts.
vote has been stolen and you have gone to the court and said this vote was stolen. Can you give us justice? One instance. Please
All
respond.
right. Yes. I'll tell you 2 instances. Instance number 1, during the SIR hearings, which were filed by the opposition, represented in court by Dr. Manu Singhvi, or Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who's a tall leader of the Congress, a member of parliament from the Congress. It was presented before the court that several people had been wrongfully deleted in the draft SIR roll. The election commission vehemently denied that until the opposition produced those individuals who were declared dead. And we all remember they also
Again,
had tea
lying.
and coffee with Rahul Gandhi. And
Lying.
their names were directed to
Lying.
be included. Number
Lying.
two.
He's lying.
1 minute, let him finish.
lying on your
Pradeep
show.
Bhandari, let
You
him
are lying.
finish. I will
You are
give you. I will
Okay,
give you the opportunity
Go
to
ahead.
respond,
Okay,
please.
go
Yes.
ahead.
Next point.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Next point. In Haryana, during Sarpanch elections that were conducted about 2.5 years ago, the BJP candidate was declared a winner. The opposition candidate, a Congress-backed candidate, approached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court called in the EVMs, and the Supreme Court found that there was meddling in the elections, and the Supreme Court directed the overturning of the results of an election 2.5 years ago. So there have been multiple
Okay,
instances.
now stop.
when the Congress party
Now
and
stop. Now stop. Now you made 2 points. Now, viewers, I just want to very quickly point out 2 facts. He said that Abhishek Manu Singhvi, the lawyer, said that there were wrongful deletions. Viewers, wrongful deletions doesn't mean that votes were cast. Okay. So yes, there have been mismanagement. There are double people with 3 entries in certain poll records. That is administrative laxity. You have to still prove that that was born out of a malicious attempt at malfeasance. That link has not been made, number 1. Number 2, on the Haryana incident, viewers, again, EVMs were the target, not voter lists, not SIR. 2 different issues. Let's not cloud them. Yes, Pradeep Bhandari, quick response, please. And then I want to bring it.
Rahul,
Mr.
about the linking point, a short retort. 10
One
seconds.
second, no, it's done. I just let him
I
respond.
will-
Let him,
I
and there's
will-
also the Samajwadi Party
Nikhil-
spokesperson who's waiting. Yes.
Nikhil,
Yeah.
Rahul, Nikhil is getting lot worked up on your show. I do not know why. Basically, he's speaking falsehood. But let me just quote the Congress to expose the Congress. On October 16, 2025, the newly appointed Haryana Congress chief, this is not what I am saying, this is what the Congress party is saying, the newly appointed chief, and I quote him, Rao Narendra Singh says, we lost the elections in Haryana in 2024 because of lack of organizational structure. There was no vote chori. So if this is the stand of the newly appointed Haryana Congress president, fact number 2, the essence of the argument of the Congress party was SIR was unconstitutional. The Supreme Court declared SIR as a voter friendly process, and on which only Bihar elections has recorded the highest voting percentage, where even the Congress BLS participated.
Okay,
so again I reiterate, where in essence is what the Rahul
viewers,
said.
why are we going down this rabbit hole?
Nowhere.
Why are we going down this rabbit hole of facts? Because what has Priyanka Gandhi Vadra said? She has said, these three people are snatching away your rights. What are these rights? To elect somebody legally. Right, viewers? This is what she says. She's based it as a fact. The reason we went into the facts, viewers, is because there is no conclusive evidence. There's a lot of talk. There's circumstantial talk. And therefore, viewers, you can't conclude that votes were stolen. If votes were stolen, how is it that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, at the age of 50, whatever, suddenly decided to become a member of parliament and got elected? If anything,
can I please respond to that?
1 second. I'm now going to get the Samajwadi Party spokesperson in, please. She would never have won that election, viewers. Her brother wouldn't have won an election in Uttar Pradesh also. A person that they put against Smriti Irani would have lost that election, but he won. Relatively unknown person, viewers. A large number of seats in 2024 that went to the Samajwadi Party and the Congress against the run of form, remember, against all the exit poll predictions, would not have been won by the SP or the Congress. And viewers, fundamentally, you would not have had a verdict in Telangana in favor of the Congress, a sweep in Telangana. You would not have had a verdict in favor of the Congress in Himachal Pradesh, a high-stakes election. You wouldn't have had a verdict in favor of the Congress, viewers, even, and let me tell you, in an election where they have doubled their numbers. Think about that. And most importantly, and I want to ask the Samajwadi Party this, sir, I'm coming back to what Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is saying. She's passing judgment on the CEC, and she's calling for people to wake up and don't let them hide behind their positions. Those who are betraying the country will not be forgotten by the nations. Go find them. What is this if not intimidation? आपका judgment थोड़ी चलेगा, sir. Court का judgment चलता है यहाँ पर.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, that's all right. Let me say something.
Yes,
you said that there is mismanagement. Okay, you said that there is some type of problem or whatever allegation has been made by Rahul Gandhi. Some of them were said. Who are to fix them? Who will come forward to fix them? If someone from China, some from Nepal, they'll come and fix all these things. It's not the responsibility of Election Commission to fix all this. And another point, thing happens. My name has been deleted willfully by somebody who don't want me to cast my vote. Now, every time, whenever something happens, you all people say, go to court, go to court, go to court. What is the work of ECI? And what is all the taxpayer money is giving to these election commissioner and everybody? What they'll do? They'll do nothing. They'll support Bharatiya Janata Party. This is not the framework of our constitution.
Sir,
Makers
I am talking
don't
to
want
you.
this to happen.
Are you saying right now that there is conclusive proof of vote chori? And if so, can you show me one?
There has been.
Show me. Point out. Name. What?
There has been.
Where?
There has been.
Where?
There has been. Mr. Sinha.
Mr. Sinha has come out and explained that he had actually filed to remove his name. Why? You can change your location. You don't have to be married to one particular part of this country, sir. I mean, you had Dr. Manmohan Singh. One second, you had Dr. Manmohan Singh entering Rajya Sabha from Assam. वहाँ पर कहाँ से कोठी आ गई उनकी?
Some action.
I mean, come on.
This, if a MP is doing this.
Okay, one second. Listen, viewers, the point here is not about, hang on. If you have a problem with the Election Commission, go file an FIR against the election commissioners. Use the process that is available to you. Not street anarchy, not inciting, as Nikhil Jain is saying, the people to come out onto the streets like they've done in Nepal, like they came out in this Shaheen Bagh, as they come out in the borders of Delhi. The farmers came, the shops started. Everyone heard you, sir. Everyone heard you because that's what it led to. Okay. At Shaheen Bagh, you said, yes, come out there. What do you think was happening in Shaheen Bagh? A party. Thousands of people lost their livelihoods. Do you know this? No. What do you think happened at the borders of Delhi? Do you know how much loss to the exchequer was taking place on a daily basis? Anyhow, viewers, let's settle this argument. The fact is, certain lines have been crossed. And there has to be accountability for crossing legal lines. I just hope that the Election Commission moves to take action. Only then will this stop. Viewers, I leave it to this.